the class reunion, I ended up picking truth in our game. Someone asked me if I still had feelings for Bella. I smiled and shook my head. Nah, not anymore. I have a girlfriend now. Nobody believed that I, who had once been crazy about Bella, would move on so quickly. They all thought I was just acting tough. Even Bella scoffed. Later, my girlfriend pulled me up against the car and gave me a passionate kiss. Trying to sweet-talk me? Frank, you're gonna need more effort for that. Bella was right outside the car window. Frank, you still got eyes for our Bella? That question made everyone go quiet. Their gazes bounced between me and Bella, eager for my reply. We had been childhood friends, and I was crazy about her in high school. But now, I just smiled and shook my head, without a hint of hesitation. Nah, not anymore. I have a girlfriend now. Who? Someone pressed. I reminded them 1 question per truth card, folks. Faces instantly fell. Some even whispered doubts, thinking I might be bluffing. Bella kept playing with her phone but gave a mocking laugh when she heard the doubts. I didn't bother arguing and left the table. You guys go ahead. I need a bathroom break. I don't get why they can't believe me. Is a person only allowed 1 love per lifetime? Everyone makes mistakes, right? Coming out of the bathroom, I saw Bella standing nearby. She's got that undeniable presence, drawing in the guys for her number. After saying goodbye to them, Bella pulled out a pack of cigarettes, and our eyes met. I frowned. Suddenly she didn't look so great. I was about to leave when she grabbed my wrist. Why lie about having a girlfriend? What? Trying to make me jealous? Hope I'd regret it? Frank, stop watching too many rom-coms. Her gaze was still that familiar mix of confidence and challenge. Just like when I confessed in high school. We had grown up together. She was always the standout, breaking into my room just to give me my favorite candy when my parents yelled at me. We used to talk about everything and promised we'd always be together. Growing up, friends joked that I was Bella's little husband. She never denied it, always helping me carry my stuff and getting my lunch. If a girl asked about me, Bella would confront her the next day. I thought Bella had feelings for me too. So when my exam scores showed I'd end up at the same college as her, I confessed with all the courage I could muster. Bella seemed to expect it and agreed quickly. But the happiness didn't last long. The day after, I got a photo from Evan, the popular guy. It showed him and Bella close together. When I got to the party door, there it was. Bella and Evan making out like pros. It hit me hard, like being plunged into ice water. Bella's friends cheered them on. Someone asked, "Aren't you afraid Frank will get mad for doing this? He only just confessed yesterday." Bella wiped her lips and chuckled. "After all these years trailing me, you think he'd leave?" Exactly, another agreed. "Frank seems like a pushover, finally dating you. I bet he'd even be okay being your side guy." Once, if anyone talked about me like that, Bella would have thrown the first punch. But this time, she just chuckled. Who says dating him means only dating him? Frank's nice but kinda boring. Not like Evan. College is too fun to settle. But I'd pick Frank for marriage. Good husbands are obedient. She ruffled Evan's shoulder, whispering something. More laughter erupted. I don't remember how I got home. I just knew the perfect image of Bella shattered. That night, I allowed myself to be sad for just that day. It wasn't my fault. Tomorrow's a new day. Nobody's indispensable. The next day, with puffy eyes, I switched my college choice from C-City, where Bella wanted, to J-City. I always wanted J-City for its better art program. But Bella laughed when she heard. Art, in her mind, had no future. Now she didn't have to worry. When we broke up, she seemed annoyed. Frank, overreacting for a little makeout? You're never gonna find someone better than me. I didn't argue, just gave back all the gifts she'd ever given me. Fine, she spat. When you're in C-City and get bullied, don't come crying. That summer, I used the money saved for our trip to join an oil painting class. I kept busy, turning heartache into motivation. Bella seemed fine, posting her travels everywhere. She and Evan dated and broke up. The next time I saw Bella was a month later. She was tanned, with a new hairstyle, looking mature. Me? I still had paint on my face. Barely looking up, she said, Didn't I tell you to dress more like an adult? People will think you're my little brother at school. I knew she was trying to make up. Usually I'd have let things slide. But not this time. I brushed past her. Harsh words eventually get to you. I didn't tell Bella about changing my plan until I boarded the plane. Her last text said, "Frank, you dared change your college choice behind my back." I didn't reply, just deleted and blocked her. Bella used to always tell me that there were a lot of bad people outside, so I should stay close to her and not interact with strangers. After I left her, I realized that everyone outside seemed nice. The only one who truly hurt me was Bella. Now, when Bella questions me, I can calmly look her in the eye. "Bella, I'm not as naive as you think." Bella scoffed. "Sure, keep pretending. Let's see how long you last." She walked away before me. We didn't say another word after that. At the end of the party, most classmates were drunk. Bella and I lived closest, so someone suggested she take me home. Bella glanced at me, but before she said anything, I immediately refused. "No need, my girlfriend is picking me up." Without paying attention to the surprised looks from others, I grabbed my things and left. At the meetup spot, I saw Tina. She stood tall, with an impressive face behind her silver-rimmed glasses. Her sight made me smile sweetly, but Tina's face darkened a bit. Upon seeing me, she immediately stepped forward and held my hand. "Frank, am I so embarrassing? Do you need to meet me this far away?" Knowing I was in the wrong, I quickly rubbed her arm. "I can't help it. You're so famous that if you show up, everyone at high school will know we're dating the next day. Didn't we agree to keep it low-key for 3 months? Then reveal after the probation?" Tina and I went to the same high school, but she was too outstanding. Almost everyone knew her, and even before graduation, she was accepted by a school in J-City. She's won countless awards in various competitions and is a model student in the teacher's eyes. Even now, she's a legend among many juniors. Frankly, my relationship with Tina partly thanks Bella. After Bella knew Tina and I went to the same college, she asked Tina to look out for me. Perhaps Bella thought that with Tina's aloofness, she wouldn't be interested in a boring good boy like me. But she laid a trap, waiting for me to fall in. After getting in the car, Tina's expression hadn't improved. I tried to cheer her up with a kiss on the cheek. "Please don't be mad. Okay?" Trying to appease me, she turned to look at me deeply. I nodded vigorously. "Then you'll have to put in some effort. It's not enough." With that, Tina removed her glasses, climbed onto my lap, and kissed me passionately. I gasped, and she took the chance to deepen the kiss, not letting me pull back. Her hands gripped my neck as she intensified the kiss. Deep down, I feared she might get carried away right there in the car. Her touch made my legs weak. I surrendered to her lead. Only when my tongue was numb did Tina pull away, leaving a silver strand between us. Her smile was mischievous as her fingers brushed my swollen lips. I realized her shirt was open, displaying her curves. Her breath warmed me as she whispered, "Do you like what you see?" I swallowed hard, just as she was about to continue. Footsteps approached. I glanced up to see Bella nearing us. I instinctively ducked against Tina's side, my clothes disheveled. I realized too late it was an even more suggestive position for Tina. Her breath teased me close and hot. I heard Bella's surprised voice overhead. "Why are you here?" Tina covered my head with a shirt, her voice low and frustrated. "Just passing by. You didn't see Frank, did you? He said he'd meet his girlfriend, but he's vanished." Tina's fingers caressed my waist. "Didn't see him, don't know her." Bella seemed satisfied. I knew he was bluffing, pretending to move on. Tina's eyebrow arched as her tone turned sly. "Really?" She pinched my waist, making me stifle a sound, biting my lip. Bella heard the noise, puzzled. She moved closer and saw a bit of me beneath Tina. "Wow, playing it risky, huh?" Bella didn't recognize me. Tina shielded my view, her eyes cold. "Aren't you leaving?" Embarrassed, Bella nodded. Okay, I won't disturb you too." She left, but turned back, suspecting something familiar. Yet, Tina had already driven us away. Surprised by Tina's uncharacteristic urgency, Bella felt unease. Tina took me for a late-night snack once she realized I hadn't eaten. Throughout, I couldn't stop thinking about what had just happened. When parting, she gave me a peck. So shy already, huh? What about later? Frank, we're in this for the long haul. Be bolder with me. Nervously, I glanced around, not pushing her away. Once she let go, I hurried off, feeling a mix of shyness and sweetness. But those feelings vanished when I saw who was at my doorstep. Bella's tense look softened seeing me. Back so late? Thought you'd be with your girl. I kept my cool. Forgot the IDs. Her face darkened as she handed me an amulet. My mom wanted you to have this. Bella's mom always gave these yearly. Couldn't she wait till tomorrow? Why wait here all night? Annoyed, I took it but kept my tone steady. Don't ask your mom to do this anymore. My mom does it too. After I finished speaking, Bella seemed to want to say something more. I didn't pay any attention and shut the door on her. A few days later, Bella's entire family came over to visit. Our families have always had a good relationship, and my parents were happy about the visit. But I noticed something odd. Bella was wearing the white t-shirt I gave her when she turned 18. Back then, I told her she looked great in it. She just tossed it on the bed with a disdainful look and said, "Who wants to wear this?" Today, I wondered why she put it on. She might have forgotten it was from me. While I was helping my mom wash fruits in the kitchen, Bella disappeared. My dad said she went to the restroom. I didn't think much of it and headed to my room but found Bella there instead. She was holding a photo of me and Tina kissing during New Year's countdown. It only showed our backs. The air felt tense, and Bella looked furious. "Who is this woman?" she demanded. Afraid my parents might find out, I quickly snatched the photo from her. "Didn't I tell you I have a girlfriend? Who gave you the right to go through my stuff?" I kept the picture hidden in my sketchbook so it wouldn't be easily found. Bella showed no shame, though, and instead questioned me. "How long have you been together anyway? Already kissing?" I chuckled coldly. "Bella, don't you think you're being ridiculous?" My buddy Andrew had told me about Bella's college boyfriends, how she changed them almost monthly. Now she's lecturing me? Bella was momentarily speechless and softened her tone. "I'm just worried about you." I replied, "You shouldn't be. Worry about yourself instead." Our arguments attracted our parents. My mom rushed in. "Frank, what's going on?" I didn't answer, just pushed them out along with Bella and locked my door. Didn't even come out for dinner. After that, I didn't see Bella again. I heard from Andrew that she was trying to find out who my girlfriend was. Since Tina and I were still secretly dating, we rarely went out around our family. We mostly talked on the phone in my room. Today, Tina said she had plans with her friends. Andrew dragged me out to karaoke with some high school buddies. Turns out we all ended up at the same place. A few friends who knew both groups pushed us together. Bella and Evan showed up too. Evan? He wasn't invited. On the way to the room, some friends whispered, "What's he here for?" Trying to get back with Bella. Probably heard she was here. I didn't catch the rest, just felt uneasy looking at Tina. She seemed unfazed, though. Right away, she sat next to me when we entered. Bella hesitated, then sat elsewhere, eyeing Tina suspiciously. Evan glanced at us and grinned. "Heard Frank's got a girlfriend. Is it Tina? You guys are at the same college, right?" Everyone's eyes were on us after he said that. My hand tensed. Evan was just trying to make me the butt of a joke. Predictably, Bella sneered. "No way, he's not Tina's type. Plus, she's got a boyfriend already. I've seen him." Then, seemingly amused by something, Bella added with a laugh, "Don't be fooled by Frank's mature act. Inside, he's just a kid. Still talks about becoming a game designer. Such daydreams at his age." Everyone laughed with Bella. The familiar belittling hit hard. No matter how strong you are, repeated doubt can chip away at you. Suddenly, a familiar hand held mine. Tina's voice was soft but firm. "Not true. I think Frank's amazing. Bella probably hasn't seen his designs lately. He definitely has the talent to be a game designer now." Tina's words silenced the room. Even Bella seemed taken aback, staring at our clasped hands. Andrew, poised to defend me, relaxed and gave me a discreet thumbs up. He was the only one who knew about Tina and me. I don't blame others for their reaction. I didn't think I was Tina's type either. On the first day of college, the first person I met was Tina. She'd arrived a week early. When I reached the gate, there she was. I later learned she'd gotten my arrival time from Andrew and had been waiting hours at the gate. I tried refusing her help with my luggage, but she insisted, saying, "Bella asked me to look out for you." When persistence won out, I handed over my suitcase. After unloading in my dorm, though, I saw an upset Tina. "So only if Bella asks, you'll accept my help?" Before I could respond, she walked away. Her slow retreat dared me to follow, but I didn't. The campus was big. I thought we'd rarely meet again. Surprisingly, I saw her under my dorm the next day. "What are you doing here?" I asked. "Just passing by." It was no shortcut. Our campuses were miles apart. I didn't probe further. Instead, I offered her lunch to thank her for her help the day before. Our coincidences kept happening. As we grew familiar, her presence felt less intrusive, more welcome. But subtle aloofness lingered between us, until one life-drawing class. Tina, volunteering as a model, entered our classroom with others. Fellow students' eyes sparkled, eager to capture her likeness. She glanced at me hopefully, as if tainted if I chose anyone else. I picked her, mustering courage despite knowing my sketches lacked finesse. Expecting criticism, I showed her my attempt. "This is how I look. It's wonderful." She beamed, surprising me. I suddenly looked up. "Don't you think I made you look ugly in the drawing?" I didn't get a lot of things right. Tina examined it closely, pretending to be serious. "Yeah, I look prettier in real life." She couldn't help but chuckle. "But for some reason, your drawings always heal me. Plus, your eyes light up when you draw. I believe you'll get even better in the future." Hearing that, I didn't immediately catch what Tina meant by always, since it was my first time drawing her. But I felt a lump in my throat, like a kid who's been put down for so long, suddenly getting encouragement. I tried holding it back, but I ended up crying. Tina clumsily wiped my tears away. From that day, Tina and I became really close. Tina went from being someone I bumped into occasionally to bringing me breakfast every day and asking me out to movies. My roommates said she was pursuing me. I wasn't clueless. I could tell that Tina's kindness had gone beyond normal friendship. One day, she invited me to go hiking and thoughtfully prepared the gear for me. Couldn't hold back anymore. "Tina, why are you so nice to me?" Right after asking, my face got hot. I looked down at my shoes, fearing I might be reading too much into it. But Tina casually said, "Silly, can't you tell I'm into you?" I had never been confessed to before, so I thought I needed to answer right away. I was anxious about how I felt about Tina, yet she gently ruffled my hair. "No rush answering me. It's not a small thing. You can take your time. I'll wait as long as it takes." Those words calmed my frantic heart. What made me truly decide to be with Tina wasn't a grand gesture, but something small, something ordinary to her. She was waiting for me after class in the school hallway. As I left, some guys approached her to ask for her contact info. I instinctively stopped, afraid to go forward. Bella once said it's too mean to refuse guys who muster up the courage to ask for contact info. It'd embarrass them. Even if I felt upset, I couldn't say no. Otherwise, they'd hate me too. I wasn't sure what Tina thought about all this, but I was already in the habit of avoiding situations like that. Suddenly, I saw Tina walking towards me. She took my hand. "Sorry, I already have someone I like, and I don't want him to misunderstand, so I can't give you my contact info." The guys immediately looked envious, like they'd seen a sweet couple moment. Turns out, saying no to a guy didn't have to be hard. Guys could compete, but they could also appreciate and root for each other. Tina taught me that. That night, I sent Tina a message. "Tina, let's give us a shot." Since being with Tina, she's never held back on praising me. This made me more confident. Whenever I doubt myself or want to give up, she pulls me aside and kisses me passionately. She tells me she's committed to me, and if I ever try to run away, she'd tie me up so I'd have to stay by her side forever. Sounds scary, but oddly, it works on me. Tina's love has always been steady. Like now. Though we're not public, She defends me without a care in the world. Others think she's just saving face for me, but only Bella knows Tina doesn't worry about saving face for others. Before I knew it, I'd had a few drinks in the private room and started feeling stuffy. I wanted some air and to hit the restroom. When I came out, Tina was waiting at the door. Maybe it was the alcohol. I went up and hugged her, stealing a quick kiss. Tina raised an eyebrow, wrapping her arm around my waist. "Is this my reward for standing up for you?" I nodded. Tina turned and pinned me against the wall, whispering in my ear, "Then I need to say more nice things about Frank." Then she tilted her head and kissed me deeply. I tentatively kissed back, my arms wrapping around her neck. "What are you two doing?" Just as I heard the voice, Bella's fist hit Tina hard in the face. "Tina, you're stealing my man. So that's why I saw what I did in the car? I always thought there was something up with you two. Were you planning to keep lying if I hadn't followed?" I wanted to stop her, but Bella pushed me aside so hard I almost hit the wall. Tina squinted her eyes and swung back at Bella when she got closer. "Lying to you? You think you deserve that kind of consideration?" Before she finished, Tina kicked her in the stomach, sending Bella crashing into the wall behind her, leaving her doubled over on the ground in pain, sweat dripping from her forehead. It was the first time I'd seen Tina so fierce, full of intense energy. She grabbed Bella's collar, voice dark and serious. "Bella, what gives you the right to question me? Do I need to list all the crappy things you've done? I'm warning you, Frank is my boyfriend now. Stay away or I won't let it go." "Already beat?" Bella tried to protest, but Tina kicked her again. "Watch your mouth." Then Tina grabbed my hand and led me away. Bella struggled to sit up. "Tina, what's so great about you? Without me, you wouldn't even know Frank." Tina turned around. "How do you know I didn't become friends with you just to get closer to him?" As I helped clean up Tina in the car, I kept sneaking glances at her, not knowing what to say. Tina caught my eye and laughed softly. "Got something on your mind? Ask away, or I'll think maybe you didn't get enough kisses earlier and want more now." I flushed. "You're talking nonsense. I was just wondering what you meant with what you said to Bella." "Exactly what it sounded like. I had a crush on you from the start, planned way ahead, way before you figured it." Then Tina told me a story about a girl who lost the only photo of her mom who had passed away. The girl searched everywhere, almost breaking down, and a little boy found it and returned it to her. The boy saw her red eyes and nose. To comfort her, he drew a cute version of her mom. "Don't cry. Your mom is watching you from above. If she sees you sad, she'd be so worried. Think of this as your mom trying to cheer you up." Then the boy was led away by his dad. But his smiling face stayed with the girl for a long time. The boy was me and the girl, well, that was Tina. I finally managed to find you and even went to the same high school, only to find out you already had a crush. I became friends with Bella just so I could occasionally see you. I convinced myself that as long as you were happy, I could let go. When I found out both you and Bella were heading to City C, I chose City J, just to send my blessings from afar. But then you came to City J too, and had broken up with Bella. At that moment, I told myself I'd never let you go again. Tina cupped my face. "Frank, I get it, you never felt secure deep down. But I want you to know, my feelings for you aren't just some fleeting interest. They run deep. Not for any other reason, just because you're amazing. Being chosen by you is the biggest blessing of my life." I went for it, pulling Tina in and kissing her. By the time Tina realized it, my tongue was already pressing her lips apart. She grabbed my head, taking control, and kissed me breathless. She wouldn't let go until my entire body went weak. That woman has no idea when to stop. Gasping, I looked at her and chuckled. "Tina, is it too unprincipled if I cut short the 3-month trial period right now?" Her face lit up with surprise before she kissed me again. I was breathless and my body grew tense. She bit me softly on the neck, whispering, "Frank, just say if you're trying to kill me." After our relationship went public, it was like an explosion. There were high school friends, college friends, most sending their best wishes. Of course, some were sarcastic, but I just ignored them, deleting and blocking them. One thing about being with Tina is that it saves you from overthinking. That night, Bella called me like 15 times using a friend's phone. I ignored all of them and eventually blocked the friend too. Back at school, we didn't bother keeping a distance anymore, acting just like any regular couple. We ate together, took walks, often stealing kisses. When she was busy, I'd bring food to her class. When I went out for shoots, she'd tag along, always helping out. Neither of us expected Bella to show up. When Tina and I saw her at the school gate, we were both surprised. But we ignored her and walked away, leaving her staring at me with red eyes. The next day, she was at my dorm. "I don't want to bother you, I just want to talk," Bella said, voice humble. Still, I didn't respond. Back then, she was the one who wanted to have fun. Now she's acting all emotional? Tina's voice was angry over the call. "You don't have to deal with this. Let me handle it." I worried they might fight again. I looked down at Bella, sighed, and decided I'd have a talk. We met at a nearby cafe with Tina close by. Bella ordered me a latte out of habit. I declined. "I'll just have an iced Americano." She frowned. "You hated iced Americanos, didn't you? People change. Like you said, you have to try to know your real likes. Otherwise, what's the point?" Bella stiffened. I got straight to it. "What's up? My girlfriend is waiting. Let's make it our last chat." Bella tried to stay calm. "Frank, I know you're with Tina to spite me. I finally realized it's you I love. Can we start over?" "Not a chance." I cut her off. Her face changed. "Frank, do you think Tina truly loves you? We aren't on the same level. Your looks and skills don't match up. Why would Tina be faithful to you? I'm saving you from being deceived." "That's enough, Bella. Why are you here if I'm so lacking in your eyes? I've had enough of your criticism. Every time I object, you'd tell me it's for my own good. Over time, I started to believe I was ordinary and not special. But now I'm different." "Bella," I said, "if I'm as pathetic as you say, why do you want me back?" Bella looked confused. "I've changed. I'm better now, and that's because of Tina. With her, I don't need to prove anything." Bella's face went pale, and finally she whispered, "I'm sorry. I know I did you wrong. Can you give me another chance?" I shook my head. "It's too late, Bella. No one waits around forever. Our story ended when we broke up. What if I don't let go?" Bella's voice was choked, her eyes red. I laughed. "That's your problem, Bella. This is a society of laws. What can you do?" Bella's shoulders sagged. "Really, no chance at all?" Watching her sadness, I felt nothing inside. Bella never really loved me. She just wasn't used to me being gone. "Bella, let's part on good terms." With the final word, I walked to Tina, holding her hand tight. "Finished?" I nodded. Tina snorted. "If she bothers you again, we'll handle it my way." "All right, whatever you say." Neither of us turned to look at the woman whose shoulders shook with sobs. To us, she wasn't important. We were. After college, I became a comic artist. My online comics even topped the reading charts. Today was my first book signing event. Tina managed to make time to join me. Once the event ended, a staffer told me someone bought 100 copies of my comic and left me a note. When I opened it, it simply said, "Congrats on fulfilling your dream." Knowing her writing, I could tell it was from Bella. Tina seemed to guess too, scoffing without a word. I asked Tina, "Doesn't it bother you?" She shrugged. "Someone's boosting sales for my fiancé. Why would it bother me? As long as you're mine." She's just stuck with a pile of comics. Gotta say, Tina's gotten sharp-tongued as a doctor. Just now, I'm wearing the ring she proposed to me with last week. By the way, the planner said the custom wedding dress is ready. We should try it on this afternoon, Tina reminded. I nodded and we left, diving into wedding plans. I believe in a future with Tina, forever happy. Leaving Bella behind, my future looks bright.